All right, Mr. TALIAFERRO TV, y'all know low-key I got like an old soul when it comes to like the 90s, early 2000s era. I'm 20, I'll be 24 in a couple weeks. But this is what I listen to and what I watch, right? When I'm watching TV, I'm sorry, y'all, I don't watch Insecure, I don't watch Blackish, call me old, I don't watch Atlanta, I don't watch any of the new nigga shows, I don't. What I do watch is good 90s sitcom television. I watch Martin. I watch Fresh Prince. Hell, you can throw in the Wayans Brothers. One of my favorites, My Wife and Kids. Jamie Foxx Show. These are all classic shows to me, and this is what I watch on MTV2 and Nickelodeon at night. All right, that's what I watch, right? Now, one of those that stood the test of time is Martin. Now, a lot of people look at Martin as the GOAT show of that era. Now, I'm a Fresh Prince guy, but if you say Martin is your top one, I can't hate on that. I can't get mad at that. I personally believe Martin might be a little bit funnier than Will when we're talking about different variations of characters, but I think the Fresh Prince was a better show. We can have that conversation in my comment section below. All right, I'm fine with that. But nevertheless, I think Martin has stood the test of time. For real, just the characters, just the sayings. Like, yo, you could walk up to somebody and if you don't think they got a job, you could be like, Tommy, you ain't got no job. Everybody know what the heck you talking about. Like, everybody knows Shanae character, one of the most popular characters played by someone ever in black television. Honestly, in television in general. Gina. Everybody says they want that Gina and Martin love. Everybody got a joke about Martin and Pam, the way they used to clown on each other. Well, I got some huge news, and I love my platform to be able to talk about stuff like this. I love this. There is a Martin reboot that has been confirmed. Yes. After 25 years, right? This is a 25-year anniversary from the show beginning. Martin is set to return. Now, here's what I can't confirm. I don't know if they're going to try to do one big movie to finalize it. I don't know if they're going to do one season of just episodes, maybe an agreement with Netflix is what's kind of the route that we've seen other shows go. We've seen Full House do this with Fuller House. I thought that was pretty trash. I don't think Martin would be trash like that, but maybe that's the right approach to go with something like a Netflix deal or a Hulu deal that allows that content to, you know what I mean, be binge watched. Maybe they try to shoot for network television. You know, in this era, I don't think it'll be beneficial to them. But, who knows? Like, that network television thing has kind of went more for the drama shows and the episode after episode of suspense. A show like Martin where the storylines are not that compelling. It's more about the laughter you get out of these shows. I don't think network television will be the best outlet. I think a Netflix deal would probably be the most suitable outlet for them to go, because if you don't know, Netflix has the bag and they're giving it to everybody not named Monique Parker. All right, that was a shot. I ain't even have to do that. But the details that I do know is that Tisha Campbell plays the character Gina, as we all know, and Tichina Arnold, who plays Pam. They are confirmed on this reboot. So it's Martin. We got Martin, Pam, and Gina so far right now. Obviously, we know Thomas McHale died last year, so we can't have him. I think that's very big. I'll talk more about him in that second and how he played a part in this reboot altogether. But I will say this. No one's stupid. Everyone knows the last season of Martin was very awkward to watch, especially like the last 5 or 6 episodes. If you don't know, Martin and Gina, they didn't want to, Martin and Tisha, they didn't want to really shoot in the same room. It was pretty much the whole season. They didn't really want to shoot in the same area. And that was because behind the scenes, they hated each other. As a matter of fact, most of the characters hated each other. I think Tichina, the irony was Tichina Arnold, who played Pam, and Martin on camera hated each other as in characters, right? But off the camera, Martin and Tichina Arnold, they had one of the closest friendships, right? She was one of the only people that liked them. I heard Martin and Thomas McHale's relationship was off and on. Martin and Carl Anthony Payne, who we know as Cole, their relationship wasn't good at all. As a matter of fact, I've heard Carl Anthony Payne come out and say, I can't stand Martin. Right? So they don't have a good relationship. And the most important relationship that was terrible during the show was Martin and Gina's. All right? Tisha Campbell, Martin, they reportedly dated back in the day, were off and on in real life. You know what I mean? And When Gina got in a relationship, Tisha Campbell got in a relationship, a real one with her husband, still now, Dwayne Martin. That didn't go over well with Martin, and some things happened back and forth. A couple bad words here, maybe something else there. They hated each other. That's why that last season was so awkward. And to see Martin and Tisha Campbell get together and settle their differences. And you know what? I'm going to just keep it a stack. Martin's a legend to me. But I don't feel as if though Martin gets the roles that he should have. And a lot of people say because, Martin got into it with some drugs at one point in time. He didn't keep up with himself physically like a Will Smith did. Some other guy like a Jamie Foxx did. He's not the best person to work with. We just talked about Monique and how she's having a hard time in Hollywood. Martin, to a lesser degree, is not the easiest person to work with. So I've heard in the Hollywood circles. So I just don't feel like Martin has aged well as an actor. I feel like we should see him more. He had the huge roles with Big Mama, and he's been in Bad Boy series, and he's been in a plethora of other movies, but I feel like we should see more Martin, right? And he just hasn't aged like Will, and a lot of people say he's just not the best to work with. So you got that whole cast that was not really in his circle, but it looks like Tisha Campbell and Martin have sat down and settled any difference that they had in the past. And I'm being told that this all started, Martin has had the plan in his head for quite some time, but I heard things got serious when they lost Thomas McKell Ford, again, who plays Tommy. I heard that's when things got serious. Martin is in a different space now. He has a fiance now. He's about to get remarried. He's in a different space. His life is really good right now, and he wants to do this thing, and that's what I'm hearing, and I think that's dope. That's what got everyone to sit down. The fact that they had lost someone so close to them and so vital to that show's success. Again, he was there. Thomas McKell Ford was there for every season of Martin. You know what I mean? This tight-knit family. Unlike a lot of shows, Martin ain't really they didn't lose a lot of characters. Like the reoccurring characters, they kept their core five together for pretty much all their seasons. So, it had to hurt to lose a friend like that. Martin and Carl Anthony Payne, I've been told, still don't talk. And the likelihood of Cole being on this reboot is slim and none. Again, things can change, but Martin and Carl Anthony Payne, from what I've been told, have not talked. I want to reach out to Carl Anthony Payne, and I will hit him up tonight. As a matter of fact, I don't have any personal connections to it. Let's make that clear. But I've seen him do interviews in areas that I move around in. So I'm going to try to see if I can get an interview out of him. I think it'd be dope for the culture. If y'all talk to me, y'all tell me what y'all think about that. I want to know, would he be open to doing it? The bag is there. To be honest with you, a lot of people from that show haven't aged well. As a matter of fact, the women age better than the men. If you really think about it, Tisha Campbell, she got a reboot on My Wife and Kids. She's did a lot of movies. She's been around. Tisha Campbell has did a lot. She was on Real Husbands of Hollywood and a plethora of other stuff. A lot of movies back in the day. Tichina Arnold, I feel like, has aged the best. She's had a couple reboots with Everybody Hates Chris and company. She's did her thing, and I don't feel like the men have aged well. Carl Anthony Payne right now and Martin are not talking. He's not signed on for the reboot. And we don't know, again, what it's going to be. Is it going to be a movie? Is it going to be the Netflix series? But I am so happy as a fan, because I don't think you can really mess this up, right? Like, I still believe Martin is funny. Like, I still believe Pam, they're going to be funny. Like, what I don't want to see is things over-edited and overshot. Like, don't disrespect the legacy of Martin, right? I wouldn't even get mad if they didn't even go the HD route. I know that sounds crazy in this era, but I don't want to see Martin in HD, right? I kind of like seeing it the basic way. I think that was a problem with Fuller House. It was just over everything, right? I don't want to see things shot with the most high-tech of cameras and lighting kits. No, just keep it basic, keep it simple. One shot camera, you know what I mean? One camera. You got a couple cameras that float around. We don't got to do too much, though. And I think the show could be very successful. I think the culture is going to support this one. Man, again, I don't know what exactly they're going to do, but I can confirm a reboot is happening. As a matter of fact, Tisha Campbell did an interview the other day, and she all but confirmed that it is happening. And this is somebody who didn't want to even bring up the name Martin a couple years ago. So for her to be smiling when you bring up Martin, you know there's something there. And I've been told that this is happening. And I'm happy that I'm able to break this news to you guys. And y'all talk to me in the comment box below. Again, I've brought up a few things. Y'all have multiple conversation in the comment section. I'm in it as well. I'll be talking to you guys. What y'all think about this? Do y'all want this Martin reboot? Do you think it can hurt the legacy of such an infamous show? Y'all talk to me. I want everybody to chime in. If you watch this video, please subscribe to my channel. I like talking about stuff like this as well. All right. Thank y'all so much for the time, love, and support. It looks like we finna see some more Martin Lawrence.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now you're turning up on MrTaliaferro.com, shawty.